Hey guys, happy Monday. So today is the ABC of the manifestation, and today's principle is Principle W. Principle W stands for the winner's mindset. I went over this during my workshop, my personal development workshop over the weekend, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you all some tips and principles on what a winner's mindset consists of. So winners understand that they have to stay optimistic about any and all things, regardless of what it looks like. You stay optimistic. It's not about what it looks like. Remember, guys, we talked about this in the previous principles. It's not what it looks like. It's what your faith will have it to be. It's what you believe it is going to be. You're convicted by your beliefs. You're not convicted by what something looks like. You're convicted by what you believe it to be. So winner's mindset is to stay optimistic about all things, no matter what it looks like or what it seems like at that moment. The next thing is to understand that you will fail your way to success. Okay? So the reason why some people are just not as successful as others is because they just haven't failed enough. Okay? Failure is unavoidable when you are on your journey to success. You're going to hit some potholes, get a flat tire, and there's going to be times where you're going to have to detour. So failure is, it's not an option of opting out. You're going to fail your way to success. The next thing is you have to have a win-win way of thinking. You can't do business with somebody and think of how is it that you can win without considering how they can win as well. People don't want to work with selfish, greedy individuals. They want to work with somebody who is saying, look, I want to win, but buddy, how can I have it to where you win as well? What can we do so that we both win? And sometimes you're going to have to create a win for other people, even if it means that you don't win as much as they do, because it's a setup. You're setting yourself up for the big win. So don't always look at it as though you have to be the one that's winning on top of everyone all the time. Have a win-win attitude toward things. How can we both win? How can we both obtain something and reach our goals? How can I help you become better? Okay? That's called self-equity as well. Another thing is you got to penetrate until you get a breakthrough. That means you just penetrate. You just keep penetrating. You just keep knocking at that thing until that thing breaks wide open. Okay, you don't penetrate. You don't stop penetrating until you get a breakthrough, until you get exactly what it is that you set out to get. Stopping is not an option. Divorce is not an option. Giving up is not an option. Some things are non-negotiable. You stopping is non-negotiable when it comes to you continuing to, penetrate until you get the breakthrough. The next thing is look forward to paying others for their services and build a comfort zone with putting a price on your own. Okay, look forward to paying people for their service. Don't always be looking for what's free. Start having the prayer of, instead of asking God for the discount or asking God for the sale, start asking God to provide you with enough money to pay for what things cost. Start asking God, instead of asking God to move the mountain, ask God to give you the strength and the shoes and the tools so that you can climb over that mountain. Okay, so just switch up your perception as to what you're asking. We don't need the deal if we got the money, and we don't need the mountain to be moved if we can climb over it. Start asking God for strength, perseverance, asking God for the tools to get over, to obtain what it is that you want, versus asking God to remove things out of your life that are not irremovable. Okay, so next, understand that you get what you ask for. So don't be afraid to ask. You get what you ask for. Don't be afraid to ask. The problem with people is not that we are unable to receive. A lot of times the issue is that we're too egocentric to ask. We're too prideful to ask. Or we're afraid of the rejection. And I always say this, the worst thing that somebody can say is yes. So ask away. Okay? Next is you have to feel the fear and do it anyways. Let me tell you something. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how poor you are. I don't care how prayed up you are or how unprayed up you are. Fear is real and you are going to experience it. So you have to learn that no matter what level you are or what space or place you're on in your life, you're going to feel fear. Fear doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it. Fear usually means that there's something so big that if the devil can get into your mind and create a fear big enough for you to stop, then he can block your blessing. So you got to feel the fear and do it anyways. The next one is make sure that you're applying self-love to who you currently are while you're growing into who you desire to be. And that's extremely challenging For a lot of people, I know a lot of my clients, we talked about, one of my clients earlier this morning, we talked about how challenging it is for him to love himself where he is right now in his life while he is creating the man that he wants to be. And that's key. You got to love who you are right now. You can't expect other people to love you unconditionally when you're not loving yourself unconditionally. We only can give what we have, and we only can receive what we have. If it's foreign to us, it's not receptive to us. We can't receive what we don't know. We can't receive what we don't have. Alrighty? So learn to love yourself for who you are right now while you're continuously growing into who you desire to be. And lastly, understand that no matter how rich, poor, prayed up, lack of prayer, meditated or medicated, life is going to speak to you. The question is, will you be responding or will you be reacting? So Principle W from the ABCs of Manifestation is the winner's mindset. Play this principle over and over again. Write down these characteristics of a winner's mindset. Check the ones that you do have, and the ones that you don't have, work on obtaining those. It's just that simple. Okay? So again, Principle W, winner's mindset from the ABCs of Manifestation. And I will see you all next week for the next principle.